No magic bullet.
There is not, man. There is
But to
not.
your point, I mean, I've never needed to be all that original personally, right?
Yep.
Like I was the guy that, when I was at that Merrill Lynch, who's the smartest guy in the room? Let me take, I'll take him out to lunch. I'll pay, even though I don't got a pot to piss in at the time, and pick their brains, right? And then take it, just collect information. Then, like you say, just put your own spin on it.
That's it.
Find what works. I mean, that's really been my strategy since the beginning.
So tell me about like transitioning more and heavier into the mortgage business and everything, and kind of ramping that up, hiring people.
Yeah. So I went back into like a call center model when I got back in the business originally in 2010 or so, and then but 2013 I was making money, but it was really driven on refinances at that time.
Okay.
And I'm like, this isn't gonna last. And once again, I took something that wasn't broken. I've done this a lot in my life. I take something that's not broken, but I break it myself in the hopes of making it better. And a guy I was going to start a branch with. So I learned about like running a branch. In my space, a mortgage branch is kind of like it's the best for me. It's it's got an entrepreneurial flair to it. I'm still a W-2, right? But at the end of the day, as a P&L manager, as long as I'm bringing in the revenue, so here's the revenue, company takes their piece for the things that they provide. I get to hire, I get to fire, I get to decide where we want to, our office to be, and then I live on the bottom line, right? So, you could argue that you don't have the ability, for an exit. You could argue that, you don't have the same tax. I can write off a lot of expenses, but at the end of the day, it's W-2. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, you do all that stuff, why don't just take the rest of it over? At the end of the day, I don't want to do the things that the corporate does for me. I'm not interested in HR. I'm not interested in compliance.
Well, that just means you've seen enough of that side to know that the grass isn't greener if you take over the whole pie and everything.
I don't think I can do it as good or as cheap as what they do for me, and it allows me to focus. So I learned about that model, back to the story, and this guy was like, yeah, we should start one of these. And I leave my company, he doesn't leave his. And then he calls me on this one Sunday, and he's like, I don't think the timing's right for this.